friends, Lynn from Bucket List Homestead, and look at this gorgeous, beautiful day we have here today. This is like day 3 in a row of gorgeous weather, and it also happens to be Mother's Day. And there's nothing I love more than being outside in my garden for Mother's Day. And it also helps I get a bunch of help without having to do any kind of bribing or guilting. So, got quite a few things to do on our list today. And now, everything on this list I don't expect to get done today. We're starting a little late because we had to run to the store to get what I wanted for supper tonight, which is steaks on the barbecue. And we had no steaks. I guess we used up the last of the ones we had from our beef order. So we'll be putting in another one of those soon. Anyway, so it's still quite a few hours left. I mean, it doesn't get dark, but I don't want to be doing this right up until supper and then having to rush to get supper done. So we're hoping to get a few of these things done. One of the first things we're doing is we're going to start another burn in our horribly embarrassing, messy burn pile there. We need to get that gone because not only am I tired of looking at it, I want to get it cleaned up, but we're going to be putting, for lack of a better word, a trellis. You'll see what that's going to be for my loofah I'll be planting in about another month. So I need to get that cleaned up. So we're going to finish up the burn there so we can get that cleaned up. So that's the first thing we're starting. I'm definitely planting my pear trees today, my rose bush today, and we're in the cherry tree today, and we're hoping to add on to the herb garden box today. Now, the herb garden box has to wait a little bit. That's okay, but the other things are definitely getting done. The second cherry tree that we'll have, this is Crimson Passion Dwarf Cherry, and you can see I got it for $22 at one of our local garden centers. A family-owned one, not a big box store one. It's one of the family-owned ones. So I got that because my cherry tree that I got for Mother's Day a few years ago needs another one to help it self-pollinate. And I've been putting off doing it forever, so I got to get that going. As you can see, we've got some mint going here. This is one of my favorite perennials. Columbines. Isn't that pretty? So that is blooming. I got some lavender that I also bought at the same place we got the cherry tree, and some thyme, though my thyme's coming back, so I probably didn't need to buy any. And then I do have mint that I've planted from seed, but I started a little late, so I want to put a bunch of mint around the chicken coop. One, it make it smell better, and two, to help repel pest. That's a couple of things I've got growing there. But they did have chocolate mint. Oh, I love this. This is a hybrid that doesn't go to seed. I need to remember to keep a clipping of it this year because the chocolate mint I had last year is not, that's not coming back. So, I gotta go inside, grab the pear trees. David is starting the burn, so we're gonna go plant these pear trees. Okay, I got the pear trees. They've been sitting in these buckets for a couple of weeks, waiting for it to get warm enough. I should say too, we have the next 7 or 8 days in the forecast, we have nothing going below even 45 at night. So I hope we are in spring. It's supposed to be in the high 70s Fahrenheit here all week, which is 20s Celsius. So yeah, it's pretty nice. So, and if you notice, the lawn looks a little shaggy. 2 things. I try to wait as long as we can for mowing to help the pollinators. But 2, our lawnmower broke, our riding lawnmower. It's not broke, the blade is broke. My husband knows he can fix it, but it's going to be like an all-day thing fixing it. So, I'm not sure what that is about. He's going to be all day fixing it. So we went to buy a push mower just so we can do a little bit, and they are sold out of like every gas push mower in town. So we got a rain check. So yeah, the ground's getting a little shaggy. We have a tick problem here, and I'm not crazy about having all the ticks. The lawn this long with ticks. So, okay, I gotta go get a shovel, map out where we're gonna put these pear trees. So when you plant a bare root fruit tree, it's better to do it a square hole than a round hole because you want the roots to spread out. So, I'm gonna plant the first one right here. to go crazy deep, but you want to be able to cover up the roots completely when you get them in there. Okay, so I have my hole dug where I want, and I have a couple handfuls of peat moss here. I'm just going to put about that much in, about a handful, a little bit more. They like, pear trees like acidic soil, and my soil's not that acidic here, just like blueberries, so I just add a little bit, and then I'll mix it up a bit in here with the dirt. Add some of this dirt back in to mix up. I hope these are okay. They came way later than they were supposed to. So, try to get these in here without breaking the root. And we're going to fill them in. Now I'll use 2 stakes to hold these, 2 each, in place, and they'll stay there all year. I just took the apple ones out actually. I think this just about 3 or 4 weeks ago. So, okay, we need more of this dirt. And we might borrow some dirt from the big bag that we ordered there. Okay, all the roots are covered. That's what you want. You just want the roots covered. So that's, you can judge how, whoops, you can judge how deep you need your hole for these. I just have a little, one more root there that's not covered up. Ew, we got a grub. I'll give those to the chickens. Okay, so I just went and got a shovel full of soil. And there we go. I'll get the stakes after I get the other one planted. I'm going to do the exact same thing for the other one. I'm going to put the marker that Grace made me for this pear. So you do need to have 2 different types of pear so they can cross-pollinate and get your fruit. All right. 1 pear down, 1 to go. Okay, so I got these sticks. We just picked them up at the dollar store. I think they were $2 for 4. So we got a few of them. And I put my Roo apron on, which I should have had on all along. And I went in and took my rings off. I am notorious for forgetting to take those off when I go to do yard work. So now that I have my Roo apron on, in my pocket I have a pair of gloves, which I probably won't put on. And I picked this up at the dollar store, and this is actually glass, and the string comes through the top and the scissors stay attached. This is genius. I'm mad that, I'm sure I've seen this somewhere on Pinterest, but for $2, I thought that was a pretty darn good deal without having to sacrifice one of my mason jars to do it. So I'm going to use this to tie the pear trees to the stakes here. So I'm not going to tie it insanely tight. There. A couple of knots. There we go. Cut way more yarn than I need, string than I needed. Right. Other side. Actually, I'm going to do it this way. There, and that makes it nice and straight now too. Okay, I'm going to do the exact same thing for the other tree. Pear trees are done. Give them a good drink. Now we're not going to have rain all week, so I'll definitely be watering these a few more times. Okay, pear trees planted, check. All right, now it's time for the cherry tree. Okay, I got the cherry tree. Now this one's a little bit different because it's not a bare root tree. This actually has a root ball. So we're going to dig a hole a little bit bigger than the root ball. And that is the original cherry tree. Right there, you can see it. So we're going to plant this one. Make sure we're still on my property. Yes, there's the stump. So we're going to plant that right about here, right across from it. Okay, we're pretty good there. All right. So I like to kind of roll them on their sides and just squeeze. Okay. And then it should just slide out gently. There we go. Use that dirt. Just going to break it up a little bit, but not, I don't want to break. I should say loosen. Let's loosen up the soil a little bit. It's packed in there pretty darn good. Okay. Start filling her in. This one's nice because it already has leaves and everything. So those bare root, oh, there's a worm. Let's put him right back in. Those bare root pear trees, I got them from Vesey Seeds, seed company here in Canada. And they were $60 each for bare root ones. And when we were looking at the pear trees, like this cherry tree at the same place we got the cherry tree, they were over $100 a piece. So I said, okay, we're gonna go with the bare roots. I know it will take us a little longer to see any fruit, but they're planted. You know, I wish we could have planted them sooner, like 8 years ago sooner when we first moved in here, but you know, like I often say, and I need to remember, we can't do everything at once. We just can't. So, tell you, if I won the lottery, I would still homestead, but I'll tell you what, homesteading, it would look a little different. I'd have everything I want. We'd have a tractor. Yeah, but I would definitely, I'd still homestead. All right. So, I think we're good here. I am going to put, again, another shovel of dirt from our dirt order there, but I think there's a few worms in here, so let's kind of shake those off. And the cherry tree's done. I'm going to use this marker. I'm going to keep this pot because, you know, starting seeds, awesome. There we go. And I'm gonna stick this right here, and I'm gonna go get some stakes because we're gonna stake this too. All right, so I'm gonna stake it and water it. And then I'm gonna go see if David's ready to start adding on to the herb garden. So I'll meet you at the herb garden. Told you I wouldn't put my gloves on. To start the herb garden, I just want to say, don't throw away your pots. If you buy plants from your garden centers like this, if you don't want them and you don't know anyone else who wants them, most garden centers will take them back. As a matter of fact, all of our local ones, for the most part, except for Walmart, will take them back. And the one from, but they only want, like the local one here, the family run one that I'm heading to tomorrow, she only wants her pots back. Okay, so yeah, so please don't throw them away. Don't throw your pots away. If you don't want them, believe me, somebody will, or your garden centers will appreciate having them come back. Now I have another helper with me, Aiden. So what we're going to do first is we're going to roll up this rug that we laid down to kill all the grass, and then Aiden and I are going to roll down, what's it called? The black stuff? Fabric cloth. Black fabric cloth. We're going to put down. David is getting the extra wood, and we're going to make this bigger, and then we're going to fill it up with dirt. So I guess we got to get to it. It's a lot later than I thought. It's actually 3:30, so we probably only got about another hour to get stuff done before we have to. I'm not making supper tonight because it's Mother's Day, but if we want to get supper going, we're going to have to, yeah, get going on this. So, okay. Boys are getting the rest of the tools they need to help me with my herb garden. I went ahead and planted my, where is it there? Don Juan. I'm going to turn around. Don Juan climbing rose bush. Now, this is why I hated they sent it to me so early. I hope it's going to be okay. A piece has broke off right here. And I'm actually going to trim off the bottom of it and take it inside and put it in water and see if I can get it to root. And I'm going to have to trim this off with my clippers. I'm just waiting for someone to bring them to me. Because if you don't, that will get diseased. And we don't want that. So, oh, there's my clippers. Alright, so we're just going to, if I can do these one-handed. These weren't supposed to show up until literally this week. And they came over 2 weeks ago. Honestly, almost 3. It's been a month, actually, because they showed up not too long after I got home from Florida, which was a month ago today. All right, so hopefully that will be okay. And I'm going to trim the end of this one. And I'm going to take that inside and see if I can get it to root. Don't know if it will, but it doesn't hurt. So I got to go get my climbing. I have to go get my, my brain's not, I can't think today. It's warm, very warm. I'm not complaining, I'm very happy, but, yeah. The trellis I bought, I'm gonna go grab that and put that over here. Okay. Actually, I might ask Aiden. Aiden, that, he's got something in his hands. Okay. We're coming over this way. go. That's not straight. There it is. So eventually all this grass is coming out of here. We're renting one of those sod cutters next weekend because I have a big patch I need to cut away for lawn away for the blueberries that are coming. So, okay. Why did I plant it there? One, gets a lot of sun. Roses love sun. Two, I'm in this part of the garden a lot. I always talk about how much I love bell peppers, but truthfully, herbs are probably my very favorite thing to grow. I mean, they smell so good. They grow fast. They look beautiful in your garden. So I love being over here. So I picked places where I planted certain things where I'm going to see them. And I'm going to be over here a lot, so I will see it. And once it gets high enough, we'll see it from just about anywhere. So yeah, that's why I planted it there. So I think in one of my last videos I mentioned we had to cut down 2 trees because they were dead or dying, not doing well. So we do burn a lot of it for a fire pit for the summer, and a lot of it we burned away. A lot of it, the branches were infested with the gypsy moth eggs, so bye-bye. But I just want to show what Aiden's doing here. We use the logs from the trees that we had to cut down as posts for my garden boxes. So that way they're not wasted. So, doing a pretty good job. Yeah. So yeah, I just wanted to show you that. Doesn't go to waste. Okay, so I've got the mesh netting inside of here because we have such a vole problem here that I just don't want to do all this work and have them get all of our herbs. So we're almost done the walls, so we're going to finish those up, and that is going to be it for today. It is past much later than I wanted it to be. Supper might not be the original supper we were planning for Mother's Day tonight. And yeah, so I'm going to fill that up with dirt tomorrow and get it ready. So I'm going to end this video here. So I will say thank you for watching. If you like this video, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed, please consider subscribing. If you also want to help me grow my channel, which I appreciate more than I can tell you, if you could spread the word, I would appreciate that also. Till then, take care, God bless, and we'll see you all soon.